Good morning. It's Tuesday, 7th May 2024. It's Vijay here. Welcome to the daily market commentary of the Indian stock markets. So, yesterday was an interesting day, as we had suggested that it will be like, a repeat of what used to happen regularly, which it opens with a big gap up and then it gets sold into. So we saw that happening yesterday, and today again we are having a upward gap in the Nifty, a gift Nifty about 45 points. So we'll see what happens today. I won't be surprised if we get the same thing happening what happened in the last few trading sessions. Now, before we go into the statistics, why do these gaps happen? The gaps happen, the upward gaps happen in a downward market when the big operators or big players want to offload it onto the retailers. So even though the markets are not strong, it's evidence in the last few days, you are seeing that every day it opens with a gap. People buy into the gap or people short cover into the gap because overnight short positions could be there, and then the selling begins. So the big guys are getting an exit by having this opening gaps. Similarly, for the lower opening, when the market is strong but suddenly it opens lower, then the big guys want to open it lower, and then the retailers or the people who have taken overnight long positions come and sell, and then the big players get into the act, buy into it, and then take it forward. Now, if you observe, most of the times the first hour lows in a strong market hold, even if it's a gap down. Similarly, in a weakish market, the first hour highs hold, the gaps which we have seen, the first hour highs hold, and then it keeps drifting down slowly. So yesterday the news was that RBI has come with some strictures or some rules which will put the banks and financial institutions under the let's say in focus. So invariably in the first few minutes, the biggest losers were the REC and PFC and such institutions, as well as the public sector banks. Now, while this RBI directive is still yet to come, it's just only a discussion paper at this point of time. But you see, the sentiment is so fragile that invariably there is a sell-off of the fear that something bad may happen. Nothing may happen actually, but still, because it is whatever RBI is doing for the good of the entire system. So I don't think anybody should fear that. But because it is overbought, you will see these kind of sharp downturns. So today, what is going to happen is yesterday, while we closed lower, US markets were on a tear. Dow Jones went up 175 points, S&P went up 52 points, and Nasdaq went up close to 200 points. Now, you'll ask me why it went up. There's no reason. It is just that money is chasing these stocks. So the Dow Jones is something like a Teflon market, which I mentioned some time ago. So there is no reason for the markets to fall unless there is some very bad news. Even Buffett's reducing his stake in Apple by 13% didn't have too much effect on Apple, though Apple closed in the negative. In a weak market, it crashed by about 10%. So that's how the markets are. So yesterday Nikkei was on holiday. Today it's opened up and promptly it's gone up by 450 points. Hang Seng is taking a breather down by 100 points. So yesterday IT saved the day. Today unlikely that IT will save the day. Yesterday Kotak Bank did very well. Unlikely that Kotak Bank will do very well today. In fact, it may stagnate. I think the focus will be on autos because auto stocks results are due. TVS, Hero Motors are due in this week. Dr. Reddy is also due. So you will see some action in those kind of stocks. Among precious metals, my favorite silver took off about 3.5% overnight. I think silver is the one which will probably accelerate more than gold in the next few weeks to months to years. So keep an eye on silver. $26 around is the very strong support because that is an inverted head and shoulder neckline. Today it is about 27.34. If it crosses 28.34 that's one more dollar on a regular basis, then I think is expected to cross even 30. The yields were steady at 4.5. Dollar was doing nothing, despite the imminent attack on Rafah in the Middle East by Israel, oil did not really do much, but you never know. It may just do some thing, maybe end of the day or maybe sometime during the week. Today is the third phase of the elections. With this, more than 50% of the seats will have been completed. Generally, the market reacts in a direction after 50% is completed. But as abundant caution, I'm looking at the third phase, which is Monday next, where after that will be about 75% would have been completed. So market direction after Monday next will probably give us a better picture than now. But the jitters are already there. So one has to be very, very careful in your longs. I'm not saying you should go recklessly short. I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. Nevertheless, I would be very, very cautious in my longs, and I would like to not take any fresh longs, and I would like to offload some things where things have gone haywire. So this is what it is today. I'll come back tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. It's Vijay signing off.